Depending on which source you cite, Nigeria's population is anywhere between 180 to 210 million people. That makes us the most populated black nation in the world. Our population size is one of the very few things that make us popular globally. With such a huge population, perhaps one can make a case for Nigeria being the giant of Africa. One out of every six black people in the world is said to be a Nigerian. By 2050, Nigeria is projected to be the third largest country in the world with over 400 million people. I guess you could say we are one big baby making factory. Before I continue, I should add that population has always been a highly contentious issue in Nigeria. Even official figures are not trusted. Many believe, rightly or wrongly, that our population figures are inflated by so-called northern power brokers for the purpose of retaining political powers in their region. In fact, we had what is called the census crisis in the years that precede the Civil War. In Nigeria, census figures are always viewed through the lens of regional and ethnic prejudice. Nigeria is a country of paradoxes. For instance, on the one hand, we are the biggest economy in Africa. On the other hand, we are the poverty capital of the world. Interestingly, both these factors can be tied to our population explosion. It is almost as if our population is both a blessing and a curse. In other words, being the largest country on the continent has its upsides and downsides. I'll start with the downsides. As I pointed out just now, Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. Though in terms of GDP, Nigeria is the biggest economy in Africa, its revenue is way too small to cater for its teeming population. I mean, way too small. I understand that GDP is not a very accurate instrument to measure growth and development, but for the sake of argument, I would like to point out that in terms of GDP, Nigeria is the 30th largest economy in the world, according to Worldometer. But relative to population, that is GDP per capita, Nigeria ranks 131st on the list. My point, we make way less to be able to cater for our population. Added to this, you also have to account for corruption and the constant embezzlement of public funds by sleazy politicians, civil and public servants. If what Nigeria makes were put into judicious use, there definitely would have been a huge difference. Though I contend it still would not be enough. Because of corruption, Nigeria has a huge infrastructural deficit. We do not have stable electricity or clean water. We do not have enough schools and hospitals. And for the ones we have, they are in very horrible conditions. Infant and maternal mortality is still high in Nigeria. Many people die of avoidable road accidents annually because our roads, of course, are bad. There are way too many people in Nigeria and very limited infrastructure. Because of the high level of poverty in Nigeria, there are more people chasing after few economic opportunities. This, of course, has led to the increase in criminal activities like money rituals, kidnapping, thuggery, cybercrime, and armed robbery. When you mix population explosion with poverty and corrupt leadership, it is a sociological fact that it leads to an uptick in social vices. Living in the largest country in Africa comes with an unmatched level of stress. Say you want to go to the bank or you want to use the ATM. You typically run into long queues. You want to obtain official documents like your NIN or international passport or voter card. It has to be a harrowing experience for you. And what about traffic? Are there any upsides to Nigeria's huge population? Of course there are. But if I'm going to be honest, Nigeria's population benefits a small minority of people. From an economic standpoint, Nigeria is a potential destination for investors to make money. Say I am a Dangote, definitely I would see Nigeria's population as a blessing. If I had a product or service and say 20% of Nigerians patronize it, I've definitely hit a gold mine. In essence, Nigeria's population benefits business owners and oligarchs. Might I also add that our large population has helped in the spread of our culture and artistry globally. It is a known fact that many Nigerians school and work abroad. They are the ones who, as we like to say, represent the culture. While I admit that the internet has collapsed borders and allowed for us to export our culture to other climes, a huge part of why Afrobeats and Nollywood have gained global success today is partly tied to Nigerians who represent the culture abroad. From that standpoint, I guess one could say that our population has been a blessing. Now, do I think our population is a good thing overall? I do not think so. For a country this poor, there is no justification for having a large population. There are many reasons why Nigeria is this populated, chiefly among which is illiteracy, culture, and religion. In Nigeria, there are many who see having children as some sort of investment for the future. It is not uncommon to see parents who believe their children will rescue them from poverty. Hence, the more children they have, the better their chances of having a secure future. But I wish it were that easy. That unfortunately only keeps the cycle of poverty alive. We need to reduce our population growth in Nigeria. But is it possible for us to have that without a government policy? Should Nigeria come up with a one-child per family policy like China once did? That's a big no from me. Such policy would be a recipe for totalitarianism, as it would be an infringement on the personal liberties of people. What I think the government can do is to partner with religious and cultural groups on sensitization campaigns to educate families, especially in rural areas, on the dangers of birthing many children. I know it is 2021, but millions of Nigerians still need to be sensitized on family planning. Also, the government should come up with socio-economic incentives for families who have, say, no more than 2 children. I think about the future of Nigeria constantly. The future of this country looks very bleak when you think about the rate at which we are outpopulating our resources and revenue. Many have described our population as a time bomb. I believe that bomb detonated a long time ago. As we fight for economic and civil justice, we need to also take our population problem seriously. Otherwise, we could move from being the giant of Africa to becoming a migration crisis in Africa. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, do consider subscribing to this channel. Also, like this video and let me know what you think below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know. If you want to keep the conversation going, links to my social media handles are in the description. Till next time, stay safe.